it's me. How is everyone? Hope you're well. Oh, it's been a bit of a rush for me today, just for a change. Totally disorganised, just for a change. Oh, but I've got new stuff. So, I'm going to share some new stuff. It's Hues of Happiness. Beautiful. Let me just grab the catalogue and make sure I've got everything out that I need. While I'm doing that, please say hello and let me know where you're from. It's always nice to know whether I'm talking to people at the beginning, the middle, or the end of the day. So this is in the annual catalogue. Some of you, hello Wendy, you found us! Yay! Right, Hues of Happiness is on page 108 of your new catalogue. If you've shopped with me in the last year, you should have your catalogue. Fingers crossed, pretty much by now. So did I include everything that I needed to include? I have. So that's good. I'm not allowed to show you the catalogue pages yet, but I have got everything that's in the suite. And of course there is a bundle. So there's stamp set, dies, paper. Did I get the dies? Yes. And some really lovely glossy dots, which I will show you. There are other things that they have used. Ooh, that's a clever idea. Which I may use the clever idea. So, hello Suzanne from Washington State. You love that sweet. It's gorgeous. I'm just opening. I haven't actually opened the paper yet. I took it away with me. I had a so-called scrapbooking weekend away recently, and I had my pre-order with me and actually didn't look at it at all. I designed my Waves of the Ocean class instead, which, in case you haven't heard, is live for reservations, UK addresses only at the moment. Reservations close on the 29th of April, so there's still some time to go. So, hello Judith, hello Sherry. Such a nice day. Right, okay, I'm going to flip the camera down so we can have a look at all this gorgeousness. And we can look at it together, because as I say, I've not looked at the papers yet. So there is the stamp set, Happiness Abounds. So we've got some florals, we've got some sentiments. So we've got sending many thanks for all you do, congratulations. Now obviously you could just ink up the sending many thanks and leave off that. You are wonderful in every way, wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. Friend, best wishes, happy birthday. So we've got most occasions covered. It's photopolymer. I haven't even taken it off the inside sheets yet. We have a a die pack, which has images that fit or dies rather, that fit the stamps. So those two are those two. That one is that. That one is that. That is that. That is that. And that is that. So there's, oh, and that is that. So basically all of the images, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. No, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all of the images have got dies. So for you, those of you who don't like fussy cutting, you're dealt with. Hello, Lorna. Then we've got this lovely background die and 2 border dies. So this does like a notepad, ring binder, dots, and this does the square dots. So really useful dies. And then we'll look at the paper, and then we'll have a look at the dots, which are gorgeous. I have actually used a couple already. Well, 3. When did I ever use a couple? Odd numbers only, please. So, colours are Coastal Cabana, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, Mango Melody, Melon Mambo, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, and Pool Party. So, a really nice selection of colours. And these are the papers. So we've got this love. Ooh, I'm going to have to take them out. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. So let's try side on, because look, isn't that gorgeous? If you're into 12 by 12 scrapbooking, I mean, come on. Oh, it's part of a rainbow. And then big florals again with colour. So it's almost the same colours. In fact, it basically is the same colours, just in roses rather than in, I guess, acrylic. Hello, Shaz. Then this gorgeous night. Oh, I honestly, I haven't opened this before today, so this is as much of a... So it's, again, it's the same colours as the A side on the B side, but in solid. I wonder if that goes the whole way through. Not quite. So that's the B side and that's the A side. So this is more, it's still in stripes, but it's not... So this is in diagonal stripes and this is in blocks. But again, great if you're into 12 by 12 scrapbooking. Hello, Gwen from North Carolina. Hello, B from Essex. Little ditzy, but pretty. Again, nice shades of all the colours, basically. With, oh, now this again is the same colours on the back as the front. These two are switched up, but it's more or less the same colours. These are a little different, but these are the same, and then there's a bit of a change there. But lovely, definitely 12 by 12 scrapbooking. The papers are gorgeous, Shaz. They are just wonderful. Could you run a 3mm through the square cutting die? Not sure what you mean, Wendy. Hello, Sharon from South Australia. Could you run a 3mm through the square cutting die? Do you mean do you mean is it 3mm wide? I'll have a look, if that's what you mean. And then this is crosses, again, in all the colours, with the big floral on the front. So that's the paper. I'm hoping I've understood your question correctly, Wendy, that you want to know how big this is. So the square, this is half a centimetre, is that what you mean? Gwen's a scrapbooker, she loves the paper. So it's half a centimetre there. I'm not sure I've understood what you are asking, Wendy. So maybe word it differently. Ribbon. Oh, could I run the 3mm ribbon through that? Don't know. Let me see. Is this 3mm? This is slightly wider than 3mm. This is the... Hello, Deborah. This is the Tahitian Tide ribbon, because it happened to be the one that was on top. Yes. Yes, because it's half a centimetre. I don't know why I had to do that. The holes are half a centimetre, so yes. I don't think you could run it up the way. I mean, you could, but it would be a bit squished. But yes, you could. But yes, I haven't tried. I haven't actually played with much of my pre-order yet, which is ridiculous because I expedited it. So you'd think I was going to play with it immediately, but I expedited it because I was going away on this scrapbooking weekend and then didn't scrapbook. I sorted out a class instead. And a lot of the girls that were there were asking questions about stuff as well. So I ended up basically working for 2 days, which was fine. Don't have a problem with it. I also, socialised with them. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this back so that it doesn't go everywhere, because I haven't got it in my ribbon rack yet, and I'd rather it didn't go absolutely everywhere. There we go. Or it would if I hadn't put it in the wrong way up. Good. Right, so that's those bits. Let me pop that away again. And then we've got the... So I hope I answered your question, Wendy. Let me know if I did or if I didn't. Then we've also got Gorgeous Grape, Melon Mambo, Daffodil Delight, Pool Party, Glossy Dot Assortment. And they're, I did good, that's super. They are holographic. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that they're holographic. Let me, oh, I think you can. Yeah, they're kind of holographic. They are gorgeous. Let me give you a sneak peek of one of my launch party samples, which I've hidden. There we go. This is not the same suite. This is a different one. So they're here. So, but I'm thinking they're probably going to be easier to see that they're holographic. I don't know. I don't know whether they are or not. Anyway, lovely. Your pre-order is still stuck in customs, alas. Oh, did yours get shipped on the 8th of April, B? So anyone who is in the UK, if your parcel shipped on the 8th of April, UK Customs decided that, they are lovely, Lorna. The UK Customs decided that they would launch a new IT system for customs, and it didn't work quite how they wanted it to. I'm going to have to take my jumper off. It's all right, I have got clothes on. I had a white long-sleeved shirt on. Oh, that'll be why. So yes, there are a whole load of parcels, not just ours, caught in customs that were shipped on the 8th. UPS has got details of that on their website. UPS have said it's something they're sorting. So it's a UPS/customs issue rather than a Stamping Up issue. We kind of know where they are, but ... So sorry you're having to wait, B. It will be worth it, I promise you. Right, so I am going to grab, now this is a bit of a cheat because I've seen people do this already. Yeah, I'm going to go for that one. This sheet here, I have not planned anything, let it be said. It seems all the range threading ribbon through die cut. Oh, or the rage. Yes. Yes. Yeah, probably. So the circular die, I think, will cut the paper so you couldn't thread it. I'll try it in a minute, but yes. Right, so I'm going to pop that back in it. I've got these lovely, these are LP covers. Great for your papers because they're just slightly bigger and it gives that extra protection. So I'm going to, I don't know if anyone's watched Kylie Bertucci's Instagram reel. Hello, Carol, also from Washington State. We have two of you from Washington State because we have Sherry, no, not Sherry. We have, Suzanne from Washington State as well. Yay! Cindy loves the bundle. It's gorgeous. So I'm going to cut a couple of these out. I don't think the dies will, that's not a die, that's a stamp. We have a lunch club in the village. And today was lunch club day and my brain hasn't quite caught up. We do not drink. Ooh, guess what? Guess what? We can use dies. I think dogs may have heard me say that, but not many other animals. So that we can use a die for. Ooh, am I the only one that's this excited? That we can use a die for. So exciting. What else can we use a die for? We might be able to use that for with a die. Hey! We can use dies! Sherry's from Oregon, which is below the state of Washington. Yay! So we've got people from Washington and we've got people from Oregon. So yes, so I'm going to die cut. Not fussy, but die cut some flowers. Right, okay. So I'm going to use this kind of corner here because then it's not... And in fact, it will probably do these leaves as well. Eek. It's sad. I'm going to say it. It's sad that I can get this excited about about the paper being able to be used with the dies. Now I am going to have to run it through more than once. Sorry, I keep seeing dies that I can use on the paper. Yes. And I bet that one will as well. Yes. And I bet that one will as well. Yes. Am I the only one that's that happy? I mean, come on. This is just... Oh. Right. Shall I include that one? I will, purely because I can. So happy. Hello, Marty from Massachusetts, just across the pond. Right, okay, so I am going to individually cut these from the paper, but, ooh, I got up too quickly, but only so that they are going to go into my die cutter reasonably happily with separate, ooh, that's a bit close, dies around them. Please say I'm not the only person that is really excited that there are dies that match the paper. I mean, you know I would fussy cut them otherwise, but this is just... Right, I'm going to use my big cut and emboss, because I can. Oh, and don't forget, how could I not have mentioned it? Free shipping! There's free shipping today on, I can only speak for Europe, on any order up until 11 o'clock UK time, midnight, the leaves maybe? The leaves, you can die cut the leaves. There's free shipping on any order that is at least £60 or €75. So, but only until 11 o'clock UK time or midnight in Europe. But of course you always get free shipping on the joining offer, so do remember. Do you do the stamping feet? No, you're not. Do you do the stamping feet? Ooh, I don't know what you mean by the stamping feet. Probably. Do I do the stamping feet? I don't know what you mean. Sorry, I'm off camera trying to work out how to get a die that I managed to get round a picture just now. Round a picture. I think it's that. I think it's that. It is. It's that. Okay, it's that one. Right, I'm not going to push my luck because I will need to run this through again because I can't do everything in one go. Oh, I could. I thought I had to. No, I can't because I've got two lots of those. Okay. Isn't it sad that we get excited about the smallest things? I mean, I would have fussy cut them. You know I would have fussy cut them, but this is just so much easier. Do it all in one. Gwen doesn't like fussy cutting. So Gwen will be very excited about the stamp set I keep talking about that is in the annual catalogue that has sentiments that have dies that match and make it look like you fussy cut them. Woo-hoo. Right, so let's get these off. I need that piece of paper to stay there. That one can go. Off you go. Go. Don't want you. Thank you. So we now need, don't need that one. We need this die and this die. I don't know why I'm doing it down here because by the time I pick it up it will move. When you get excited. Not really, because I stand when I stamp and no. I just go very excited and very squeaky. because I am sad like that. You know, I am add my years up, and you will get kind of where my brain is mentally, because there is no way I'm as old as my age, but I think I might be as old as the sum of my age. No, I just go very squeaky and very childlike. I was filming reels this morning, just so you know. Got another Instagram reel that has just gone live, which is, again, silly. Why wouldn't it be? Anyway, right, so that's all of that die cut. Now, I should say that I will not be here after 4 o'clock, because my lovely new car, which has been in the shop, as in garage, being fixed for almost a week. No, I tell a lie, for more than a week. I'm picking it up this afternoon, but it will have to go back again because they've solved 2 problems and caused a 3rd. Couldn't make it up. Right, let's get rid of the dies. So we've got these bits of paper, and I am going to nick one of the ideas from the catalogue, because let's face it, that's what it's there for. And I'm going to grab, I'm not going to take all of these off, don't worry. I'm going to take that one off, and I think friend, because friend's useful for all sorts of occasions. That I won't be using just yet. I will just be using the floral. So let's prep the stamp, because it's the first time I've used it. Like that. Okay. Let's pop that one there. In fact, let's pop it on a block, otherwise I won't be able to see where it is. Right. Missed out one of the dies. Okay, I'm going to grab some vellum. I did tell you I hadn't prepped, because I was still at the lunch club. So, piece of vellum, which is already a scrap because it's got holes in it. So if you are in the UK and, actually I'll cut that end, and would like my Waves of the Ocean class in the mail, there's details about that over on my website. And there are ways you can reduce it if you get the stamp set and bundle. But it's still not expensive. Hello, Beverly. That shouldn't happen to a new car. It sadly does. You'd think. But yeah, I have to say I did laugh though, because I was telling someone at lunch club today, sorry, I'm just looking for a piece of scrap paper, which I don't have. So I will grab a piece of photocopying paper. So the guy said, well, maybe they should just replace the car. Yeah, you can't order the particular car I've got at the moment because of the global shortages. So, and because of the Ukrainian conflict. So this is Versamark and my stamp. Because a lot of the parts for the car are made in the Ukraine. So obviously at the moment they're having to find somewhere else to make them. So yeah, not getting a new car is not going to happen. It's fine. I mean, none of it is going to take long to fix, as in work hours, but they seem to think that it's a really good idea to tell you on a Thursday morning that they need to order something to fix the thing that they've caused, and that therefore you can't have your car back on Thursday afternoon, because it won't be in until tomorrow. so they'll need the car tomorrow. I have disavowed them of that. I have suggested that they order whatever it is that they need. They let me know when they've got it in, and we then sort out when I'm going to let them have my car again. And yes, I will need a loan car, because my husband's car decided last night was a perfect night to break down. Couldn't make it up. Couldn't make it up. We were doing a trial run for a journey he's got to do next week. And halfway there, it decided it wasn't going to work anymore. So we had to turn around and come back again. It's a fault that it's had before, his car, not new. But yeah, so his car is now going to be in the garage next Tuesday. And so I need my car next Tuesday, so I can drop him over to the garage. Right, gold embossing powder. I have turned my paper over purely because I've stamped Versamark onto my paper, and I don't want the embossing powder to attach itself to the photocopy paper particularly. Of course, what I didn't do is use my embossing buddy before I stamped, so we may end up with little fingerprints like the one I can see already, but I can probably deal with that because we've got a smut there. So let me grab a dry paintbrush, and it's gone. Right, okay, so I have got a little bit of embossing powder on my paper, so I'll pop that there. And as I say, this is the gold from the metallics set. Hello, Rachel. Right, it's cheese board time. Right, okay, so I'm just going to heat it up first, the heat gun, and then we're going to melt. Oh, it's a creek, Deborah. It's not safe, unsafe. I will, when I've done this, I'll explain what's happened. Right, when you're doing vellum and heat embossing, you have to be sensitive to the fact that vellum and heat are not a great combination. So just don't stay in one place for too long. Our vellum is good, so it's not too bad with heat. So this is a straight lift out of the catalogue. I say straight, they used one of the stamps, I don't know which one, with vellum and gold embossing. Right. There's a bit there that's... oh, it's on the back. Okay. Interesting. So, that is our gorgeous vellum, gold vellum. What? It's a gorgeous suite. Never apologise for being late, Joanna. Isn't it? It's gorgeous, isn't it, Deborah? As I say, straight lift out of the catalogue. So, let's see. What colour shall I put under it? What were our colours again? There was something pool party Coastal Cabana-ish. Right, I think I'm going to go Coastal Cabana because I want a contrast. I don't know that I've got... oh, I might have a Coastal Cabana matte. That's Bermuda Bay. Also Bermuda Bay. Nope. Got Melon Mambo, but I don't really want Melon Mambo. Now I will cut one. So, Coastal Cabana. Come to Mama, Coastal Cabana. As Dina Rico would say, the colour that lets us know that God loves us. Oh, actually, I might do it just as a card base. So I'll just have this as a vellum layer on top of my card. So, score once. Cut once, 2 card bases. So yes, the problem was that a couple of weeks after I picked the car up, we had some torrential rain. And I then went to look in the boot to have a look, trunk for those of you the other side of the pond, to have a look at where everything was kept, like the first aid kit and the thing that reinflates the tyres and that sort of thing, and discovered that there was 1.5 inches of water in the bit underneath the boot where all these things were living. I'm going to use some glue dots to stick this to the vellum, because I can put the glue dots behind the embossing. So I obviously let them know that there was this leak, and they found what had caused that, and yes, they did have to order parts. This is at the point where they told me they were going to need the car for 2 days only. So they found the leak, ordered the part, fitted the part, and because what they do is then test with actual water that the leak's been found, they found another leak in the around the roof, and it's got a glass roof. There's only one there and one there. So they then said, we need to take the roof out, and we can't possibly take the roof out until next Wednesday because of the bank holiday. I won't go into the whole they lied because the company that they use does same day service. I will ignore that for the moment. Anyway, they lied. So yesterday the roof was taken off, was refitted. Well, they found where the leak was. They put in the bit that they needed to put in to stop it. They put the roof back on. They tested it overnight and it's fine, except it's developed a creak that apparently is not uncommon straight out of the factory, and there is a solution for it. The solution being that they put some sort of grease around wherever it is, but they haven't got that in stock, so they wanted to keep my car in again overnight tonight so that they could do that tomorrow. No. So I told them that was not going to happen, and that I would be picking up the car this afternoon at 4:30 as previously agreed, and we would then talk about when they were going to do the grease, because if the grease doesn't solve the problem, they'll have to take the roof off again and try again. You can see where this is going, can't you? So yeah. So because hubby's car is now defunct, I'm not letting them have my car for any longer than they actually need it. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to have a little strip with the friend. So let's prep that. I have some little strips of paper, well, card. I'm going to use a wider piece than I need because it's easier to trim it down. Thank you, Wendy. And I'm going to stick with Melon Mambo because Melon Mambo is the predominant colour so far. And I'm going to get my scrub out ready, because Melon Mambo does have a tendency to stain because it's pink, but if you get it on your scrub reasonably swiftly, and yes, I am going to fussy cut this, I've decided. I had a car like that, but it was quite an old car. Yeah, quite. Not keeping my car overnight again. The garage, fortunately, isn't that far from where we live. so it's not a big issue to take it in. So yes, if you get your photopolymer onto your Stampin' Scrub fairly quickly, it doesn't stain so much. Oh, hello Linda. We're going to be doing a second card, so right, so I'm going to fussy cut this, then I'm going to stick everything down, and then we're going to do a quick second card. She says, famous last words. Anyway, so to add insult to injury, I had a call with our demo development manager earlier this morning, and it was a Zoom call. We were just going live. I mean, I'd clicked the link and was waiting for her to let me into the call when the phone rang, and it was the garage. So I answered the phone, found out it was the garage, and said, I'm on another call, can we keep this brief, please? And you'd have thought he was starting to read War and Peace. So I did suggest he might like to go away, and that we would discuss the full nuances of the issue when I pick the car up later today. You've just placed your free shipping order. Yay! Well done, Karen. Free shipping, good. This is the perfect time to get that, well, particularly if it's on the last chance list, that item off the last chance list, and while you're at it, something that you've been meaning to order but you just haven't quite got round to. Well, now you've got free shipping. That's part of the cost of whatever it is. So it's also a great time to stock up on things like adhesive, basic cardstock, those sorts of things, because if you've got to get your order up to £60 or €75, so I'm doing this a bit cack-handed because I need the tension to be pulling in the right direction, which isn't quite at the moment. So yes, just make your order up. Lol, says Deborah Davis. Right, okay. So I am going to, that's annoying me a little bit, but we can sort that out later. A little bit of liquid glue. We'll sort out any areas that are lifting up a bit. Just keep it under the vellum. Right, so I need to take this to pieces kind of the wrong way round. I'm going to use glue dots because they're quick. So I have to say I have placed a free shipping order. Why wouldn't I? This may not be going back exactly where it was, and I can kind of live with that. So let me know that one. I have been known to get a layout exactly where I want it, take a photograph on my phone, and then put it back together again. But you don't have to be quite that, picky. You don't always have to be Liz. So long as this goes back roughly where I had it, I will be a happy girl. So we use this one as well. So just a couple of glue dots for that. Have that there. And then tuck Macy in under, actually you can go in there. And then I'm just going to stick that on with liquid glue. I think. Actually, I might put it back. I might put it down there with glue dots. Now, glue dots you can fold. So let me grab my take your pick. So I'm just going to fold this in half and pop it on my fufa. And then fold this one in half and put it on my d. Actually, I might pop it there. Yep, like that. Right, so there's our cluster friend, and some of our lovely dots. So I think I'm going to go pool party, because actually the pool party, this, although it says pool party, it's almost Coastal Cabana. So I'm going to put one on the end of the D, because that'll help keep the end down. I'm not worried so much about this one, but this is at the edge of the card, so it could get caught. Now, I always bend the backing paper to get these off. Otherwise you could end up splitting them. Just so as you know. Gonna go there. Come on, I want to go under you. I had to cut my fingernails really short because the loan car, which I hate, the loan car has it in for me. I have bashed my knee really badly on it getting in. I caught the dashboard really hard with my left knee as I was getting in, and then when I was trying to find things in the boot, I lifted the boot up and it pinged this thumbnail right back and broke it past the quick. So everything else had to get cut short. So that's our first card. So a little bit of time, but not too much. So we've kept the blue kind of background with the little cluster. So let's grab the paper again, and this time I think I'm going to go with one of these backgrounds. I might go there actually. Yes. So what I tend to do when I've got when I'm cutting into a new piece of paper is I tend to cut at 4 inches. Because for me, that means I've got a huge choice of things I can do with it. So all of this is now 4 inches wide, and I am going to go my usual 5 5/8. So this would be a card front length, and then I'm going to trim this down. Actually, I'm going to trim it down a bit more. So I'm going to come down to 5 1/2 by 3 3/4. And I don't know why I'm putting that away, because I'm going to need it, probably. Because, actually, maybe not. I can't believe I haven't got a Daffodil Delight mat, because I have. And I'll use the other piece of Coastal Cabana. And then we don't need this piece. Other than, actually we do, because I'm going to use some of the roses from the front. If I can find a bone folder looking at me. So, that's going to go on there like that. And I'm going to bring quite a lot of Daffodil Delight onto the front. And I think I'm going to have the heavy colour at the bottom. It hurt a lot. The language was fruity, I think is the word I'm looking for. On both occasions, both bashing my knee. Why I didn't come out in black and blue bruises, I do not know. You know that fleshy bit between your shin and your kneecap? That's where I caught it. On a kind of pointy bit that isn't on my old car and isn't on my new car. No, that's not going there, that's going on there. Like that. So we've got that already, and Where are my dies? Out my dies. So I am going to, where's my other one? There. So I'm going to die cut that. Feels like it should be there, but it's not. It's there. I'm going to die cut this one, and I know it's only half a rose. A rose by any other size would smell as beautiful. So I'm going to have that one. And I'm going to have this one. And I might even have this one, which I will fussy cut if I decide to use it. And we've got the pink already, and we'll have a couple of leaves. And for a couple read 3. You know me, I like my odd numbers. Wouldn't be me if I didn't like my odd numbers. Right, okay. So let's get rid of him for the moment. Don't need that for the moment. Clear the decks. And okay, so large rose. Like that. Those leaves, which is that one. Those leaves, which is that one. Okay, and then we'll do the other bits when we've done this. Now these would fit through the mini, but I find if I'm not dropping dies, if I'm doing more than one die, particularly if it's doing fussy cutting dies, if you see what I mean, rather than just die cutting a random shape, I find that I'm less likely to have things move with the big machine, so hence I use the big machine. Come on, off. So that's those. Then our part rose. Nope. There we go. And our other leaf. And then we can build. So do remember, if you haven't already, to give me a little thumbs up if you're enjoying seeing the new products and the projects that I'm using them with. Or making with them is probably better English. And of course, sharing is caring. Right, okay, so we've got our base, we've got our very yellow flower, our not so yellow flower. That seems to me to be that way, so that's going to go under there. Who would know that that's only part of a flower? And then we'll tuck those bits in and we'll have that over the middle. Right, and I was wondering whether I might use this. If I can find some scissors, it will be quick to cut. So it's a fairly easy shape to whiz round, and then this time I will use just a strip for the sentiment. And then just take that bit off. Right, let's get rid of the detritus, which is that and that. Right, okay, we're good to go. So the first thing I'm going to stick down is this, because it's a part thing, and I'm going to use glue dots again because they're here and they're quick. So we want that not too far across because we need space. The final frontier. And I'm going to come in a bit for this one. It's a really nice day here today, may I say. Thank you, Lorna. Why do you cut them out before you die cut them? Because some of the things I'm going to die cut are too close. I don't know, Wendy. I think so that I've got a bit more control, I think is the honest answer. Oh, I put 2 glue dots in the same place. Good question, but yeah, kind of, I don't know, because I do. Now this, I'm thinking I might, yes, be able to tuck in under the edge. So it's always worth, if you've got a side piece like this, don't assume it's in the bin, because you can use it elsewhere. This is a real kind of scrapbooking technique, also splitting things. So we've got that, so we've got another pink here. So we can balance our pink there with the pink here. In fact, this one I'm going to put on dimensionals. And I'm only using 2 because it's paper. If it was card, I wouldn't bother. I'd use 1. But for paper, it needs a bit more support. So that balances that a bit. And then we just got these to tuck in. I know there's a gap there. Pray that there's a gap down here. Yep. And this I'm going to have here, and I'm going to have it coming off the edge of the mat. I may trim it down, I may not, depends on exactly how I feel when it's done. Like that. I probably will trim it. So we need a thin strip of card. Perfect. And I'll go Coastal Cabana to bring in the background. Yeah, Wendy, there's not always a reason why I do things. I mean, not always a good reason why. There's always a reason, but not necessarily a good reason for why I do things. Just because I do. That's a bit fuzzy, so let's just get the fuzz off there. There we go. Now, obviously, there's dies I haven't used, but can't use everything on everything. Ooh, that's coincidental. Right. Up, down, down. Glue. It's sticky stuff, anyway. It's as if this was meant to go under there. Right. I will, actually I'll be using glue for this, I will put some dots on. Ooh. Once we know where everything's finishing up. Yeah, I think that's it, Lorna. It's having something that's manageable. Creativity has no limits. You're absolutely right. Right, so I'm going to rip my grid paper. I'm going to turn that over and chop the leaf off. and grab my dots, and I'm going yellow because we've got a lot of pink and we've got yellow here and here. So I'm going to reinforce we meant to have yellow by using yellow. And again, always like to have something in round a tucked in piece. So I'm going to again go on the end of our friend. And because these are in small, medium and large, they kind of lend themselves beautifully to being used as a triangle. And this one I will bring, I think I'm going to take it all the way up there. And in fact, I might tuck it there. So there we go. Thank you, Gwen. Didn't have the sweet originally on my wish list, but now I just have to have it. Well, in which case my job here is done. Now, this is going to annoy me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my Tombow and pop a little dot of adhesive there. A little dot of adhesive in under here. And a little dot of adhesive in under here. There's no rush to get them in place. I'm even going to go up here, even though this is quite near the edge. This is only because I have an issue that they're lifting. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to leave them under blocks while they dry. Thank you, Lorna. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, I hope you have enjoyed that. It sounds as if you have. Completely unplanned. Often the best way, actually. So I'm going to just remind you to, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, let me just change to the upward facing camera. There we go. So thank you so much for joining me today for a little bit of a random craft. Thank you, Joanna, that's very kind of you. But yes, some likes is always good. If you're watching on the repeat and you've got any questions, below the description bar, you can leave a comment and I will get back to you. If you just want to say liked them, whatever, that's great too. Do remember that subscribing is easy and is in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. That way you always know when I go live, particularly if you hit the alert bell as well. So thank you very much indeed. I'm going to go and rip the ear off a garage. Thank you, Deborah. So yes, I'm going to go and rip the ear off a garage and pick my car up. And I will hopefully see you again on Tuesday, 11 o'clock UK time. Simple Stamping Saturday on Saturday, surprisingly. And next week I'm going to start doing some random lives. So a really good time to make sure you subscribe and hit the alert bell, because I'm going to do some lives which may not be announced. I will just go live. So make sure you catch those either on the replay or live, and they'll be any time in the day, just to start showing some new stuff. And I will be doing a colour comparison for the new in colours versus some of the existing colours that we've got. So lots of stuff to look forward to. If you don't already sign up for my newsletter, please do that. You can do that over on my website. The shop link is underneath in the description bar. Have a fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you for joining me. I love it that we can interact across the globe. So thank you very much. Have a great evening, afternoon, morning, and I'll see you again soon.